also a graduate student in Dr. Gleason's lab, and we are working with brand new technology this year. And the technology, essentially we call it an intelligent sprayer. So that sounds a little science fiction-y, but bear with me, it's actually pretty cool stuff, like Dr. Meyer had said. So this technology, it's basically a retrofitted kit to your standard air blast sprayer. We didn't have to buy a brand new sprayer for this. You can just buy the kit. And the nice thing is that this kit, essentially with the way the company had made it, you know, they will make a kit for whatever sprayer that you've got. The technology that it's using is called LiDAR, and LiDAR stands for light detection and ranging. And so just like a bat uses echolocation, where it will make these clicks with its mouth parts, it will send sound waves out into the environment. Those sound waves will ping off of objects, return back to the bat, and the bat knows where its food is, how to navigate through the environment. That technology essentially does a very similar thing. So when we're driving through the row, our target crop right now is apples. This technology with this laser sensing scanner right here will send out light waves in the form of lasers. Those lasers will ping off to the apple tree, return back to the laser sensing scanner, and it will essentially tell the machine what to spray. So in other words, it can see what it sprays. Now I'm going to use an example. Again, it's been used in earlier talks. Sore subject, sorry Nick, derecho, right? We lost a lot of trees. A lot of gaps in the rows. So with a standard air blast sprayer that's not been retrofitted with the intelligent technology, it's just going to put out that constant rate in those gaps, right? So spray drift, more spray volume that you wouldn't necessarily need to be using. That increased the cost. So with this intelligent sprayer technology, and Brandon will demonstrate as he drives through, it's actually going to turn the nozzles off if it doesn't see anything. So if you've got big gaps in your orchard, you know, you had to take some trees out, a big storm hit, some were dying from whatever reason, it'll actually turn off the system. And again, the implications, we can reduce spray drift, we can essentially reduce the amount of spray volume that we're putting out, and it allows for a more accurate, you know, target-based spraying system, which is really awesome. So with our research this year, we're looking at the efficacy of this intelligent sprayer versus the standard sprayer. We're also looking at different flow rates. So we're seeing the other nice thing about this sprayer is that regardless of the speed that I'm going, it's still going to put out the same flow rate that I want it to. And I control everything that it does within the cab with a nice little Android tablet. Now I know technology, you know, it's actually not bad, right? And the management book that they put out for it, the guidebook, is very simple, easy to work with. It's really nice, very user-friendly. Oh yeah, we're also looking at, right, so the different flow rates, how low can we go, as well as the warning systems that Jose had talked about earlier. So we're essentially, with this research project, trying to see if we can get the best bang for our buck. With the kit and what it comes with, like I had highlighted, we got this laser scanning sensor that will be able to send out those lasers, and it will come up with this sort of 3D high-resolution image that the machine can see. It comes with a GPS system to be able to monitor your travel speed, so that way you don't have to do any of that hard work, right, when we calibrate at the beginning of the season and throughout the growing season. It's also got solenoid valves that help control. They will open and close. Again, if it sees a gap, they're going to close up. If it sees a tree, it's going to spray. It's got a flow controller on it, so you're able to essentially maintain that flow rate that you've inputted into the system. It's also got Wi-Fi for data transferring, and then again, last but not least, the Android tablet that I can use within the cab and control everything that goes on. So I don't even need to step out, I don't need to adjust anything once it's been calibrated. And again, it gets calibrated just like a standard sprayer. You want to make sure that the output you're getting is correct for that season. We're also looking at coverage using water-sensitive papers with those flow rates, trying to correlate, okay, this is the coverage that we get with this flow rate. It's got adequate pest control, awesome. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Anything else?
No, I would say some of the difficulties we've had are you're basically, this sprayer is spraying a number of ounces, and it's somewhere from like 0.01 ounces to 0.05 ounces, or I don't remember the number, but it's spraying a number of ounces per cubic foot of canopy cover. And so all herbicide or all pesticide application calculations are based on gallons per acre. So how do you get a gallon per acre to an ounce per acre? And this has been a big confusion point. We've talked with Dr. Zhu, the guy who invented this system, a lot trying to figure this out, because we have to wrap our heads around this in order to study it right. And basically what we do is you can run this as a standard sprayer where you just turn nozzles on all the time and run it through, and you have to pick a gallons per acre at that to calibrate it to, so you know all your nozzles are right and your calibration is good. We're going for most things 100 gallons per acre. We'll go up above that. And we did find that dormant oil sprays were difficult with this machine. We actually had to go through extremely slowly or make a double pass, because the T-jet nozzles back here won't allow more than a certain amount. Just the way they're designed, they don't flow more than about 100, and I think it's like 120 gallons an acre, at our standard speed. So we had to slow it way down so we could get dormant oils. Those are what, 400 gallons an acre, I think, or 300 gallons an acre. You're going to basically where it's running off the twigs at that time of the year. And then once you get that set to where it's at 100 gallons per acre or whatever, those actuators, they cycle on and off according to how dense the canopy is. So they can cycle, I believe it's like 1,200 times a minute or something. So they cycle very fast, and basically your upper range is whatever that cycle is, in order to get it out. And so when I go through here, I'll kind of make a big loop here and just head down and spray a middle row. If you stand back here and watch it, you'll see nozzles firing, as I'm going by. When we first demoed this, Chad and I went out to Indiana to pick it up, and the way they demonstrated it was they went by a telephone pole, and it went by the guide wire, you could see it, each nozzle turn on as it went up that guide wire. So it actually, if it's dialed in right, it's actually a really neat machine. I forget what we cut our pesticides last year in our apple orchards by 30%.
30%, yep.
Yeah, so, if you can save 30% on your pesticides, that's, not a bad thing at all. If you had a big enough orchard, it'd probably pay for itself the first year.